Most black and white photos look flat and lifeless, but with some small adjustments you can turn them into powerful images. This is the shot I took of these buildings here and this small island, and this is the final result. Join me everyone and I'll show you how it's done. Well, this is the image I managed to take, everybody, and as you can see it's quite flat and we don't have any light and hardly any color. I guess the only color we have is here in this building here and a bit of brown on these other wooden shacks here. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to start off by cropping down the image. I'm going to press the crop tool and I'm just going to reduce the image to around there, somewhere like that. I'm going to head back out, and the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to just press the auto here, and you're going to see we're going to improve the image just by pressing the auto instead of using these sliders here in the light panel. I'm going to leave it on Adobe Color and I'm just going to press auto. Don't forget we're still in color even though it looks black and white. And I'm just going to tweak these sliders a bit and get the image I like so we can balance out the histogram even more. I'm going to reduce the highlights all the way. And I'm going to increase the shadows just a bit more. I'm going to move the white slider to the right until I see clippings on the histogram up here on the right side, and I'm just going to dial it down again to around there. I'm going to do the same for the blacks until I see clippings on the histogram but in the left corner, and again I'm going to reduce it to around there. The next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to reduce the exposure so we balance the histogram even more to about there. Now that is our base image, and now we're going to create a black and white image, dramatic black and white. I'm going to go down to the effects, but I'm not going to use any of these sliders. And I'm going to go down to the detail, and I'm just going to increase this sharpening just a bit more to around 60. I already reduced the radius and the detail, and I increased the masking until I don't see any noise in the image, and I'm going to leave it about there. I used the denoise tool because my ISO was around 1000 because it was a really dark shot here. We had no light in the image, so I got rid of all the noise in the image. So what I'm going to do next, I'm just going to press the black and white button up here because, like I said before, we don't have any color in the image. So we don't need to increase the saturation and increase all the colors in the image because there isn't any. So I'm just going to press the black and white button here. And we've turned it into black and white. Now the next thing, I'm going to use masking, and you're going to see by using some masking technique you can achieve a really dramatic black and white image. I'm going to head over to the masking, and I'm going to use the linear gradient first, and I'm going to pull it down, but I'm going to tilt it to the right side somewhere around there, and I'm going to reduce the exposure. And I'm going to reduce it somewhere there because I'm going to use another linear gradient on top of the first one. And I'm going to pull it down, tilt it a bit to the right, but not pull it down that far. And I'm going to reduce the exposure once again. And I think I'm going to leave it like that. Don't forget you can go back to the previous mask and adjust them accordingly. I'm going to use another linear gradient and I'm going to balance out the foreground, and we're going to use a mask so we can like make a reflection of the first mask of the sky. And I'm going to reduce the exposure here as well. And like before, I'm going to use another linear gradient. And again, I'm going to place it on the foreground, but not all the way up. And reduce the exposure to about there. And there we're getting our great black and white image. And I'm going to use one more mask, and I'm going to use a radial gradient. And I'm going to place it over these huts here. And I'm going to try and cover the trees also. I'm not bothered about this house on the top here. I'm going to open it up a bit. And I'm going to increase the shadows here to about there. And I'm going to go down to the texture and increase the texture. That's why I didn't use the texture in the main panel when we started off, because we don't want to use texture in the sky here or even on the water here. And I'm going to increase just a touch of exposure also. And that should be great. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to use another radial gradient, because don't forget the main subjects are here in the middle of the frame. And I'm going to place the radial gradient, but I'm going to be targeting this small island here, and I'll be targeting the trees also. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to increase the exposure just a touch. I'm going to head down to the texture. Again, I'm going to increase the texture quite a bit to around there. And I'm going to increase the clarity. And I'm going to increase the dehaze also, which will give me some more detail in them trees there. To around there. Now the next mask I'm going to use is the radial once again, and I'm going to place it in the middle of the image about there, but I'm going to invert it and reduce the exposure to about there. Should be enough. Around -25. I'm going to head out of the masking now, and I'm going to use our final tool, which is going to be the curve tool. So we're going to give some more life into the image when you use the curve tool. And we're going to give it that S shape, that familiar S shape. And I'm going to target the whites here, and I'm going to raise it just a touch like that. And I'm going to go down to the blacks here, and I'm going to reduce somewhere about there. Should be okay how we are. And I'm going to show you the before and after, and you can see the amazing difference we done from turning a very boring flat image into a beautiful black and white, dramatic black and white. I'm going to show you before and after. So that was the before, and this is the after, and you can see the dramatic transformation we achieved from a flat image to a lovely black and white, you can call it fine art image also. Well, there we have it, everybody. Before and after once more. Before and the after. Well, thank you everyone for watching the video. Please hit that subscribe button if you want to learn more about black and white photography.